Hello everyone, welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we are going to be taking a look at the new Hot Toys Wolf Predator 2.0 from the Aliens vs. Predator Requiem movie. Here's a quick shot of the packaging before we go ahead and take all this stuff out. There's a lot of accessories here to go through. Real quick, here is the instruction sheet that comes with Wolf, which explains how to use the accessories and where they go, which is a nice inclusion. Now that I have everything out of the package, let's go ahead and take a look at Wolf himself first as he comes out of the box. Now, only thing I did here was I went ahead and added his necklace. You have to take off the head to do that and pop it back on and install the necklace. Overall, he looks great. The sculpt is really good. The articulation is about what you'd expect. So there's shoulder movement and shoulder rotation, but not a whole lot. His elbow does move, but it's a tight joint. It also has a rotation here as well. And then the hand has rotation and just a little bit of movement, but not a whole lot. Same obviously can be said for the other arm. Coming down through the torso, he has a waist ball joint that allows some movement, but again, not a whole lot. The hips have a lot of movement. You can get a lot of leg movement out of him. So lots of poses can be had here. The knees, again, double ball joint, but it's tight. Or I should say it's just a single ball joint, but it's tight and it locks into place. The feet have some rotation, but and some pivot. But it's plenty enough to set him on an odd surface and him to be able to lay his feet flat. The one thing I will go ahead and knock him for is that the way they have this set up to be able to use his biomask is that these are separate pieces. His mandibles and jaw are separate pieces, and you can see the seam line on here, which I'm not really a fan of, but they don't really stay in too well. They kind of just fall out really easy, which I'm not really a fan of. It doesn't really take much at all to have these pieces fall out on you when you are trying to pose him or work with him at all. Especially his bottom jaw just kind of wants to fall out of there. Turning it back through here, the dreads are a nice soft rubber material like we've seen in the past. Hopefully they don't dry rot out. I haven't had that issue with my Predator figures, but we all know that it's a common occurrence for some collectors. I would say though, I would like to see maybe some more dreads back here, but it's enough to cover things up. Look through his back. The sculpt is good. This unfortunately is a very plasticky material. It's like a soft vinyl or PVC, and that could have been done a bit better. It's been done better in the past. It just looks really fake and plasticky. That'd be one area that I'd knock them on. This does open up, and it does not light up, but it's bright enough red where it looks like it's illuminated. Setting this back down. Let's go ahead and look through some of his accessories. First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the biomask. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off his mandibles, his lower jaw, and then we're going to install the biomask. Here's a good shot of it. It's well done, and they have his mandibles and stuff detailed out on the bottom here, which is a nice touch. So let's go ahead and pop it on here. Can. All right. So now that's on. Now these go back to his back, and there's a couple holes back here, right in here, where these attach to, and they just kind of fit in there somehow. That's one, and the other one. And there we go. Biomask is installed. Taking a look at his other accessories, we will start with the combi stick or staff, which is well done. Really good detailing throughout here. And also, obviously, these guys extend out. So they end up looking like that, fully extended, which is long, by the way. Actually, you know what? It is 11.5 inches long, fully extended. But very cool piece. Moving on. We have his second plasma cannon, which rotates and pivots here. And then we have a ball joint down here at the bottom. But another nice piece. Next we have his blades. And as usual, these are metal. These are the extended ones. And it also comes with retracted set. There's a disc. Now this is made of plastic. It is not made of metal like the other ones, but it still looks really, really well done. Again, Hot Toys just kills it with these Predator figures. They always do a good job, for the most part. Besides his closed hands that come on the figure, he only comes with 2 other hands, which are slightly open to hold his weapons. So we have this guy, and then we have this guy. But well detailed. It would be nice that if he came with some other hand options. Moving on, we have the rolled up whip, so you can hang on the side if you're not going to use the dynamic whip. And this piece, as usual, is well done. This is the dynamic whip, and it has a metal wire throughout, so you can bend it in any kind of fashion that you wish. So this offers tons and tons of posability with the figure. A close shot at the hilt here. Here is his plasma pistol, which pivots. And I've heard that this isn't 100% accurate, but it looks good to me. Looking on, we have the med kit. This attaches to his back, which we'll take a look at here in a second. The med kit does open up. So through here, open up this way, and then also there's hinges here in which you can open up that way. And then you can store the accessories that he comes with inside the med kit. Here are the accessories for the med kit. Kind of cool. It's got like a little translucent crystal on this piece, which I like. And a vial. And then this guy. Once the pieces are installed in the med kit, they should look like this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the base, which is well done. And we have a xenomorph head here, which the detailing is really nice on here. Go ahead and spin it around. The texture is nice. It's just a good looking base. Okay, attaching the med kit. There's a little hook back here, and it fits back here on his back plate. But it doesn't catch on there very well at all. It just kind of barely hooks on there. I'm gonna go ahead and complete his other piece. Quick note here, I found out if you force it down in there a bit more, you can kind of get it to snap, and then they hold on a bit better than what they did before. So don't be afraid to kind of push on there hard enough to get it to snap into place. Now in installing the second plasma cannon, there is a piece back here that just pops off, like so. And then here is the mounting plate for the second plasma cannon. I will say though, people have had problems getting this to fit on, and I did too. So what I did was I took an X-Acto and I kind of opened up this hole, this slot a little bit farther this way. I mean, like 1/2 millimeter was pretty much all it needed. So you take this, it's got a little insert on this side, you line that up like so, and then you pop it into place. And once that material is removed, it goes in there rather easy. So that's pretty much all the accessories. What we're going to do now is I will pose them up how I think I'm going to display them. I don't want to use the biomask. I like Wolf with the missing mandible. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure exactly what kind of weapons I'm going to have them posed with yet, but I'll do something real quick so we can take a look at it, and then I'll probably spend the weekend futzing with it. Before we take a look at the Wolf, I had intended, like as I said, to use the whip because I like being able to do a dynamic pose with it. But unfortunately, let me see, get in focus right here if I can. Unfortunately, it swivels right here. So if you have his hand holding it like this and you wanted to come up over him or whatever, it just rotates down, which is kind of disappointing. So it doesn't really work out too well for a whole lot of poses unless you're able to kind of get around that, which is kind of unfortunate that it just falls. I've got him in a temporary pose. Let's get some close-up shots of him. The detailing in the face is really well done. Again, I dislike the seams though. I don't like the way that they have it set up to use the mask. But we'll come down through here. I'll rotate him around a little bit. And this isn't how I'm going to have him. This is just something real quick while I figure out what I want to do with realizing that I don't have the ability to use the whip in the fashion that I wanted to use it. But the figure overall is well done. We'll rotate him around for you so you can take a look. While he rotates, final thoughts is he's badass. There are some shortcomings. I wish the biomask cables were longer. They do reach into the back, but if you're doing a head turn to the right, it kind of pulls on them. The plasma caster, having to modify that, the second one to fit properly, kind of sucks. And overall though, like it's really, really good. There's inaccuracies with the plasma pistol. I wish there was some more hands that were included, but figure feels good. It's got good weight. It feels sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy and fragile when you're messing with it. I would still be careful with it, but it feels pretty solid. And there's tons of poses and everything that can be had with this guy, with all the accessories, the weapon accessories, which is really cool. I love figures that I can kind of keep fresh. But yeah, I definitely recommend them. And finally, here's a shot of the Hot Toys Wolf with the Sideshow Legendary Scale bust of Wolf. I got that bust when it came out and I was really disappointed with it. I kept it because they gave me a good deal on it, but I will be doing a repaint on it. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to it. Anyway, it really doesn't have anything to do with this review. It's more thoughts for myself. But regardless, I like this piece by Hot Toys. I'm pretty stoked about the Wolf 2.0. In spite of the shortcomings, it's not a perfect figure, but it's still awesome, and it'll still look great in your collection. So until next time, please leave any comments or questions that you may have, and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.